So local nature recovery strategies are a key component of the new Environment Act. There are going to be 48 across England, and the vision of them is to create a national network of nature recovery. So the purpose of them is to identify within Hull and East Yorkshire where the most important places are for nature recovery and biodiversity, as well as other ancillary benefits like flood risk, climate alleviation, climate mitigation, etc. The nature recovery within Hull and East Yorkshire is incredibly important. The UK as a whole is one of the most nature depleted countries on the planet. And nature is intrinsic to our own well-being, it's intrinsic to our economy. So today we're meeting with a range of stakeholders across Hull and the East Riding to help us develop a list of underlying principles, I suppose, that we want our local nature recovery strategy to adhere to throughout the development process, to ensure that our local nature recovery strategy appeases everybody's needs and meets everybody's objectives. So we have stakeholders like the Yorkshire Wildlife Trust, the Environment Agency, the National Farmers Union, Hull City Council, to ensure that across the whole breadth of our region that we are addressing people's concerns and so we can better understand what people's priorities are for nature across Hull and East Yorkshire. Success from a local nature recovery strategy perspective, from me personally, I think we would have a thriving economy which is nature friendly in years to come. So we would have an agricultural sector which fully embraces nature. We would have development and housing which is environmentally friendly but also nature and positive, and people would benefit and recognise the value of nature to their everyday lives, and it would be a priority in future decision making.
So the Yorkshire Wildlife Trust sees LNRS as a really important tool for achieving nature recovery across Yorkshire. We really would like to see thriving populations of wildlife within resilient and healthy landscapes across the whole of Yorkshire. So we're actually involved in LNRSs across all of Yorkshire, not just this one here. We'd like to see them joined up. We want to see a nature network for Yorkshire.
Hull and East Yorkshire has a huge farming population. It's a very large area of farmed land, so I think it's really important that the NFU is involved in the steering group so that we can represent farmers alongside everybody else with all of the specialist knowledge about ecology and everything, so that we can work together to make a local nature recovery strategy that works for everybody as far as possible and is deliverable as well.
Hull's always worked closely with East Riding. We're an integral part of the geographical area. Being largely an urban environment, our needs from a nature point of view are quite different to the rural aspect. Success to me is making multi-use of our open spaces within the city. In the past there's been too much emphasis on silo open spaces, so once it's a play area, it's a sports field, you know, it's a university ground. And I think we need to embrace the fact that these open spaces are multifaceted and that we can use them for a wide range of things, including biodiversity and nature.